It's just a fanfiction, a story written by me, writer. This has nothing to do with mentioned ideal BTS members' real life event behavioral characteristics. Pics, sounds, videos which are used in this video are not mine. Credit goes to rightful owners. But the editing and the storyline is mine. Do not copy it. A woman in her late 20s named Kim Wagen looked at the mirror after doing her makeup. That looks beautiful. My hair is also looking good. She smiled at herself in the mirror and glanced at the clock, reading 7 pm. The teacher got up and started to change her dress for her date. Today, she and her husband of 2 years, named Kim Taehyung, decided that they will go to a restaurant around 8 pm after Taehyung came back. Sitting on the living room sofa, Wine glanced at the clock. It read 9 pm. He is 1 hour late. We will face trouble in the restaurant. She glanced at her phone to see if there was any message from Taehyung, but there was none. Probably there's too much traffic today. She pouted and messaged Taehyung saying, "Drive safely." Wine's worried eyes fell on the clock, which read 10 pm. It's too late now. Is he okay? She checked her phone multiple times to see if he called or messaged, but she didn't find any. During previous hours, she called him many times, but every time the call went unanswered or unreachable. She also sent him multiple messages asking him where he was. "Where are you, Taehyung?" she murmured in a ory voice. The favorite pair of her earrings and watch were carelessly thrown on the center table. Her previously styled open hair was now tied in a messy bun. The big black round clock on the living room wall read it's 10:45 pm. She still didn't get any response from Taehyung. Neither did he called her nor he had seen her messages. She had long forgotten about the dinner reservation and was worried about his whereabouts. He didn't even get this rate normally. Even if he was always informed her beforehand. So obviously no calls or text from him left her restless. She was hell worried for him. Finally, she then decided not to wait for his response anymore and called in his office. She opened her contact list and was about to dial the number, but a notification came from Instagram. She swiped on the notification to clear from her phone screen, but accidentally pressed on it and opened it, which was the story of Taehyung's best friend Jimin's. The story showed Taehyung and Jimin drinking at a bar. All the restlessness and worry she was feeling before got instantly vanished after seeing the pic. She closed the app, then locked her phone and put it on the sofa. She fisted her palm. If humans' eyes area could become black just like anime characters when they are angry, Vine's eye area must have become black by then. Here I am becoming worried sick for that man, and he is enjoying his life in a bar. Then she remembered about their dinner date. Her fist became more tight. Let this man come home, he needs a long lecture. She then went to kitchen to grab water bottle and came back to living room. She sat on the sofa while still being angry. She fumed while sitting on the sofa as the clock read, "It's 1 a.m. I am not going to leave him today." Exhausted and sleepy, Taehyung came back to his home at around 2 a.m. After removing his shoes, he was silently about to go to his room, thinking his wife must be asleep. But he felt someone splashed water on his whole face. What the hell? Wiping the water from his face with his right palm, he glanced ahead of him and found a fuming Ryan. "What the hell, Ryan? The same hell you were living in? Today you needed to come home at 7:30. But guess what? You came home at 2 freaking a.m. But that does not give you the right to throw water on me." "Oh, believe me, mister, I thought many other ways to teach you a lesson, and this was the most logical one. Hope your empty mind get cleaned from the spider webs." "Empty mind? Spider webs? What are you talking about? You know what? You need to sleep. It's pretty late. Sleep will keep your mind away from these kind of stupid logics." "Obviously, you want me to fall asleep. After all, who will confront you for cancelling the restaurant plan when I am asleep? Need rest for the night to think to sweet talk me in the morning, right?" Her nose flared and she narrowed her eyes. He looked at her in disbelief, then rolled his eyes. "You were still stuck on the date thing? Oh, Ryan, grow up. How can you behave like this? Don't know what type of lessons you give to your university students." "What? How can you comment on my efficiency towards my profession like this?" He noticed her expression changed, her lips wobbled and nose became red. Soon thick drop of tears started to flow from her eyes. His eyes widened seeing this. "I didn't even say that much bad about her that she started to crying." Ryan, saying softly, he started to go near her to embrace her, but she didn't allow him. She took a step back. "No, don't come. You think I am not capable enough as a teacher?" She turned around and started to go upstairs, but she felt dizzy. "What? When did I?" His words got stuck in his throat when he saw her losing her consciousness, but before she could touch the ground, he caught her in his arms. Seeing her becoming limp in his hands, he got frightened. Without caring about the current time, he immediately carried her to nearby hospital via his car. At hospital, the brunette woman let out a groan as she squinted after she gained back her consciousness. She felt someone gripping her hand tight. Someone helped her to sit properly on the hospital bed. She noticed that was her husband Taehyung, who was also holding her right arm. "How are you feeling now, Ryan?" he softly asked her while sitting on the stool beside her bed. She glanced at the IV tube, adjusted hand, and said in a low voice, "Better, I guess." He nodded his head and gently stroked her hand he was holding. "The doctor will come in a few minutes," he said, "probably because you didn't eat anything for a long time and was stressed you fainted." "I got so worried seeing you suddenly becoming limp in my arms." Wayne looked away from his face. "Still, I bet it was far better than me thinking something bad happened to you at road." You didn't leave me any message, Taehyung, that you will come home late today. I did message you at 8 pm, Ryan, that we have to cancel our plan today. Didn't you check your phone? Ryan scoffed at him. Didn't check my phone, you say. I didn't keep that phone away from me for even a second when you didn't come home. Hoping you would call me. I called you probably 100 times. Even messaged you several times. You called. He then immediately stuck out his phone from his pocket and opened the lock. His eyes widened seeing the notification of messages Vine sent, the amount of calls he received from her. He then opened his inbox and saw he forgot to press the send button of the message he typed to inform her that he would be late. He cursed under his breath. He then noticed something else also. His phone was on Do Not Disturb mode. That's explained why he didn't hear any sound or vibration when Ryan called him. Honey, I accidentally put my phone on Do Not Disturb mode and also didn't press the send button of the text about I am being late. Ryan's nose flared hearing him. Wow, what a careless man you have become. First you cancelled our plan, then didn't check if I was informed about it or not, then didn't even check twice your phone. How much you were engrossed in your partying with Jimin that every other thing became insignificant to you? Hold your horses, lady. I did not went to party with Jimin. I direct came home from office. We were having major technical issues on our recent new launch game. Do not lie to me, Kim. I saw myself, you and Jimin having drinks. What? I did not even touch any drink today. You tell me, do I look or smell drunk? When observed him keenly, really, he didn't seem drunk. But I... Why did you saw us? Aren't you home? Obviously I was home. I saw Jimin's Insta story. You were with him at a bar drinking. Disbelief and confusion was clear in Taehyung's face. He again opened his phone lock and went to Jimin's Insta profile and saw his story. It was his and Taehyung's drinking pic at a bar. He saw the pic carefully, even the next pic too. Then he looked at Ryan. You didn't see the caption on the story, did you? Caption? Yeah, caption. Look here. He passed her his phone. She then noticed the caption of the story, Saturday Night Expectations. Then the next pic where Jimin and Tae were working in office. States versus reality. #sad life. Ryan's eyes widened seeing it. You should have called office before assuming this. I was working non-stop since morning today. A pink hue adorned on her cheeks due to embarrassment. But before she could say anything, the doctor came. Taehyung stood up and let the doctor come near Ryan. Hello, Mrs. Kim. You seem to awake now. He smiled, then checked her BP. Your blood pressure seemed to normal now. Actually, Mrs. Kim, you are 1 month pregnant and fainting is quite normal for your condition due to blood pressure drop. You just need to eat a little more and do not skip any meals. It took a minute or two for them to understand what the doctor was saying. For further information, please consult a OBGYN. A big smile formed on Taehyung's face as he thanked the doctor. Then the doctor left the room after congratulating the couple. Taehyung immediately went to Wai-in and engulfed her in a tight hug. Oh Wai-in, I'm so happy. Just 2 months ago we were talking about having child and see we are now pregnant. I didn't imagine it would happen this fast. Taehyung's smile didn't seem to cease even for a second, but he got alerted when he heard her soft weeping sound. He released her from their hug and looked at her face while cupping it gently. What happened, love? Aren't you happy? Wai nodded her head while sniffling. I'm so happy that we are going to be parents. Now this explains the crying in the home. Huh? Did you say anything? She asked while her nose and cheeks were slightly red due to crying. He shook his head and again took her in his embrace. Nothing, love. I am so happy. I am sorry. You were working whole day, came home exhausted, and I threw water on you. Even said hurtful things to you. I should have checked carefully. I am also sorry. I should have called you rather than relying on messaging you. You must got very worried. In response, Wai-in just tightened her hold on him. It was just a misunderstanding in both of our sides. Let's not hold this against each other and move on while taking lesson from it. Wai-in nodded and mumbled excitedly against his chest. We are going to be parents. Taehyung kissed her forehead and continued to hug her. Yes, we are going to be parents.